Welcome to Vught Gaming. My name is Alex, and with me, as always, Eric.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hey,
Good
good
to be
afternoon.
here.
Yeah, and we have a treat for you today. We have a free-for-all game of Magic, all with Dragons of Tarkir standard decks.
Wow, something else. Instead of a duel, we got a three-way action.
Yeah, and at the top of the screen we have a white-blue warrior deck. At the
White-black, right?
excuse me, white-black warrior deck.
No
At the
problem.
bottom of the screen we have a mono-black devotion deck, and at the right-hand side of the screen we have a mono-blue card draw deck.
And we're off.
Yeah.
Scout Barons. Just a life land. And an island.
Oh, and the first play of the match. Triton Shorestalker.
And it can't be blocked.
That's actually quite a good creature for 1 mana.
Yeah, and a common, right? So. And we got some action from black.
Oh, the spies. Let's see who he targets. The warrior deck.
Presuming that it has more
Aggression than the
blue draw deck.
The blue draw deck, yeah. I think that either the aggressive decks will gang up on the blue deck quickly, kill it off quickly, and then duke it out amongst themselves.
Yep.
Or if they start fighting each other, that the blue deck will get a chance to build and then becomes too strong for both the aggressive decks. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. In a three-way, it's always hard to predict because, well, you don't know what the players are, how their bonds are. You can always gang up with two players on one player, and then
there's politics always.
Exactly. So that's nice in a free-for-all game.
Yeah. And I think that there was that's a Herald of Anaffenza that was despised. And that's always a nice card to have.
Yeah, that's why it was discarded.
Yes. And let's see for the second turn.
Radiant Fountain? No, Swamp.
Swamp.
Just a plain swamp.
Play? The Shadow Spear.
Talking about nice creatures.
Especially in a multiplayer. Each opponent loses 1 life.
Yeah, that's really a multiplayer card. 2.
And a Mardu Woe Reaper. So he can now exile the Herald of Anaffenza to gain 1 life.
For 1 life, yeah. But is he gonna do that?
I would.
Yeah, I would too, but
yeah,
he is.
I don't know if he has any recursion in the warrior deck.
Don't know, but he's at 22 life.
Yeah.
Over to blue.
And let's see what turn 2 looks like for blue.
Another island.
Predictably. No Shorestalker. Jeskai Sage.
With prowess.
Yeah, not the most exciting card, I would say.
No, and it's, rather expensive for 2.
And the first damage of the game. The Shorestalker hits the black player. Yeah, he has no defense, so he's an obvious target at this moment.
Yeah, that's depending if how many blockers you have, of course.
Yeah.
Sometimes it plays itself, right?
And there's the first blocker for black. The Marine River Skeleton.
Yeah, reminds me of the old school Drudge Skeleton. Except that couldn't be morphed, or mega morphed, right?
Yeah, and I think Drudge was actually 1 and a black to regenerate? Or just black? I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
It's been a long while since I played Drudge Skeletons.
We don't see those cards that often anymore. So.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, we
Scryland.
see Temple of Silence. Still.
And that goes to the bottom. Not what he was looking for, obviously.
Maybe another land. I'm gonna see some action. He has to unspend mana, but he's contemplating. Or he's discussing with the players who to attack. Maybe this is the time to, define your strategy. Who's gonna?
Yeah, this is
Who
where
you're gonna target first?
This is the phase of the game where you make friends or enemies
Oh,
for the rest of the game.
Exactly. So
And evidently,
I believe he's
the
attacking.
Shadow Spear attacks, and that's why both players now lose a lose
exactly.
life.
That's what the black deck's explaining. But he is attacking blue.
He is attacking blue, and they trade the blue trades the Jeskai Sage for the Shadow Spear.
So he at least gets a card.
But he still loses 2 life.
Yeah.
To the Woe Reaper, and he gets a card.
So an early lead for the black-white warrior deck. If you can call it a lead, but because you never know.
Yeah, although at this point, well, the Shore Stalker is unblockable, and the River Skeleton can be regenerated.
Exactly.
So it's much of a status quo on the board at this point.
And we see another island.
And a play would be nice. Yes, no, maybe.
Just for one.
A Fugitive Wizard.
Ooh.
That's actually worse than the Triton Shore Stalker.
Is it worse than the Jeskai Sage or? Nah.
That's cheaper than the Jeskai Sage.
But you don't get a card, so. And he attacks. Oh, he's switching between attacks.
Yeah, I think he's retaliating.
Yeah, oh yeah, for the attack just a turn ago by the black and white warrior deck, exactly. So it's just scoping out the field, checking what.
Oh, the black deck just passed a turn. That's not good.
No, because black doesn't have any counters of that sort. Well, he does have some instances to remove creatures, of course.
Another Scryland, and this one stays on top. And at this point in the game, I think blue has a clear advantage in board position.
Yeah, he has.
And no play for the warrior deck.
Oh, so we got 2 turns without action, and
so if blue can do something on this turn,
he's got a slight advantage.
That's exactly.
We're gonna see spell for 2. He's making some room.
Military intelligence.
Yeah, nice enchantment, especially when you have a lot of small creatures and Triton Shore Stalkers, aka unblockable creatures.
Yeah, it's the first card we see from the blue deck that actually synergizes with the draw mechanic.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some more cards with that draw mechanic. And he attacks the warrior deck for 3 points. And in the process,
since he attacked with more than 2 creatures,
he gets another card.
He gets a card.
So he's building his hand. He obviously got some options there. He leaves some mana, maybe for a counterspell like annul or
nullify.
Nullify, yeah, exactly.
Or negate.
Negate. There are some options.
He is tapped out right now, so either of the other players could attack him.
Yep. Don't know why. He's pointing out that it's an old card from Journey into Nyx.
And that the Triton Shore Stalker is better than the Fugitive Wizard.
Clearly.
Yeah, maybe he should get some more then.
Yeah, maybe he's pointing that out and asking the other players, "Hey guys, do you have some more Triton Shore Stalkers for me?" No, obviously, or maybe after the match.
Yeah, it depends on the outcome of the match.
Yeah. Well, if you let me win, maybe we can talk. Anyway.
Another Woe Reaper. And he can exile the Shadow Spear.
So he has 2 now.
Yeah, and he does. Goes to 19.
19, 18, 17.
Pretty close.
Still close.
But still, blue now has a draw mechanic on the board. So every time he attacks with 2 creatures, he gets another card. If they can't get rid of that, then that card advantage will very soon be overwhelming for the other decks. Attack by the Woe Reaper and Triton Tactics.
Ooh.
That's why he tapped out.
Exactly, but that's a cheap card, right?
That's
So
a cheap and very good card for blue.
yeah, it costs only 1 and you can untap 2 creatures.
Yeah, and if you play heroic, it actually triggers both heroic.
Blue definitely got rid of the card from the black and white warrior deck. Don't know if the player is...
That's not exactly sportsmanlike conduct, but whatever. It's the kitchen table. Anything goes.
Oh, but he is pissed now, so...
He still plays the Vught Shriek. There was one attacking creature, so blue takes
Only 1 damage?
Yeah.
Still, maybe the point that wins the match. You never know. Or would you play that later in the game?
To play the fact that he plays it now means he has relatively few creatures in
Yeah,
hand.
he's
Otherwise he would
desperate.
save it.
Yeah, exactly. Another island for blue, so...
Yeah, no shortage of mana there.
Nope.
And that's exactly what you want if you play blue.
No shortage of mana and no shortage of cards. Seems like a good position now for the blue player. Although he has the least amount of life.
Yeah, he definitely has board dominance.
He's already looking in his graveyard, so he possibly has some spell to get some cards back.
Divination.
Another 2 cards.
Yeah, it's not exactly the most efficient draw spell, but then again, it's only a common.
There are better cards for that. But Dig Through Time or something like that is quite expensive.
Yeah,
although you can delve.
You need to have a filled graveyard.
So black and white warrior deck is at 18-2 now. So we're at 18-16.
And another card for blue. Because he attacked with 2 creatures.
Exactly, and it's black's turn now, who puts a swamp on the battlefield from his library directly, if I saw it correct.
Yeah, he needs to put something into play right now.
And he does.
Erebos. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the required devotion. So for now, it's just an enchantment, not a creature.
Still, if he, he can put down some cheap black creatures now, and his devotion got up to 5, I believe.
Yeah, he needs to get up to 5.
Then it's a 7/5 creature.
Then it's a 5/7.
Hello.
7/5. Yeah, that will make short
only for 4 mana, right? So it's.
Yeah, but it has the added condition of reaching the required devotion before you can do anything with it.
Yeah, that's with all the gods, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But if he can get it activated, he'll make short work of the blue creatures.
If.
Yeah, that's a big if. But
well, we'll see. Another turn for black white warrior deck. Not much warriors there, unfortunately.
You'd expect more warriors. Yeah, and if he would have a Seeker of the Way, he can now no longer gain life, thanks to the arrow balls.
Thanks to arrow balls, right? Yeah. Yeah, the life gaining strategy is off. Oh, here we have another card.
A brutal Horde Chief.
Talking about nice creatures. Huh?
Yeah.
So, but still, the life gaining ability wouldn't work now because of arrow bows.
Yeah, but he would still damage the opponent for 1 whenever a creature attacks, which is nice.
No action from black and white now. No attacking.
No, he would trade with the fugitive wizard. The skeleton would just regenerate.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no sense in attacking.
So we go over to the blue. Oh, no, he is. Blue thought it was his turn, but it wasn't. He is attacking. Who's he attacking?
Or not.
He's still declaring, so we'll have to wait and see what. He's a little bit in doubt.
Yeah, I don't see the point in attacking.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
And he does attack the blue player, and he obviously
looks like they will trade.
Throw his fugitive wizard under the bus. That's what they're good for, right?
Yeah.
But he does get 1 point of damage because of the special ability. Now it is blue's turn. I think that we're gonna see another island. I don't know why, but I'm just, taking a wild guess. And there we go.
Right.
So that's a whole lot of islands.
Yeah.
You have to
so
cast
far,
some nice spells.
Blue has played an island on every turn.
Ah, and here we have another key card in the draw strategy of the blue deck. It's a Chasm Skulker, which gets 1/1 counter every time the player draws a card.
And with something like military intelligence.
Already on the board,
yeah.
and the Triton Shore Stalker who's unstoppable, well...
This might get out of hand pretty quick. On the other hand, there are two opposing decks both have very solid removal.
Yeah, exactly, with black like...
yeah, Hero's Downfall for black.
Murderous Cut, I don't know, there are a lot of multiple kill spells, so... But military intelligence is an enchantment, so... I don't know...
but the Chasm Skulker can be downfalled.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Or I think it would be better to use pacifism on it for white.
That's interesting. So Stratus Walk comes into play on the Fugitive Wizard, which immediately triggers the special ability of the Chasm Skulker, which now gets a 1/1 counter and another card for the blue player.
And he gets a card because of Stratus Walk. And that is now the only flying creature on the battlefield. So blue can basically attack at will with the two 1/1s and just keep the Chasm Skulker for defense.
Yep, he exactly does that.
And that's a solid strategy.
And they can be blocked, so...
Wouldn't quite say that blue has the game locked down at this point.
But it is triggering nicely.
Pretty close.
It's in motion now, so they have to stop him.
Yeah, the other players really have to gang up on him now. Otherwise they're not going to...
If they didn't already. So, let's see what black does. If he's smart, he will take out the Chasm Skulker. If he has an option for that. Well, mana shouldn't be a problem with 6.
So far only the warrior deck missed a land drop.
Yeah, exactly.
And a Hero's Downfall on the Chasm Skulker.
Instantly.
Yeah, you can't let that creature hang around for too long.
No, but no. How longer on the battlefield, the more counters, the more squids you get when you destroy it.
Exactly. And with 2 counters on it, he already gets 3 squids, I think.
Yeah. I believe so. Although I don't know that for sure. I don't know for sure if it's the amount of counters or the amount of...
Or the power or toughness or something like that, I think.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to look that up too.
And let's see if, those are apparently the squid tokens.
Empty squid.
Yeah.
He gets 3 though, so they agreed that the blue player gets 3 squids. If it's correct, I don't know, but we'll look it up later.
And with 3 squids, he can also block the Brutal Horde Chief and trade with it.
Yep.
And he can, he could sacrifice 1 to the skeleton.
River Skeleton, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the River Skeleton is worth the trouble of taking out.
No.
I'd take out the Horde Chief, I'd trade with it with my squids, but the skeleton only does 1 point of damage.
Well, black and white is thinking now what to do. It's taking another look at the Morang River Skeleton, but I don't know. His worry should be the blue player, not the Morang River Skeleton, right?
Exactly, he should concentrate on the blue player.
But maybe I see some sort of politics here. Maybe blue and the black and white deck are ganging up against the black deck. Don't know exactly the reason behind that, but...
Or could also be that the warrior player now thinks that the blue deck is too powerful to attack, so he goes after the target he can attack.
Yeah, in the hope that he is still alive to, well, fight for the win. Well, another land from blue.
Let's see what he does.
Well, he's drawing cards like crazy, so that'll explain all those islands and all those cards.
And let's see what he does.
Yeah.
Additional card draw. additional creature.
Another Chasm Skulker. Card
Monastery
draw.
Siege. And he chooses
Probably.
Khans. So he indeed gets another card at the beginning of his turn. So he can now reliably get 3 cards a turn.
Too bad the Chasm
huge.
Skulker is gone, right?
Yeah, if the Chasm Skulker was still in play, it would be insane. Right
Maybe
now.
he has more of those. What else? I like the strategy from the blue deck. Just, the fact that you're not getting out of cards. You get new cards every turn. That's, in my opinion, very, very powerful. And, well, it makes him weak too because, only blue. He only has counter spells, no removal.
Yeah, we haven't seen a counterspell
yet.
This turn. This game yet.
But he has 4 mana left now, so and a couple of cards.
Open.
So we could expect some counters now.
So even with the Chasm Skulker gone, blue still has the board locked up. Even to the point where the heroic player won't even touch it.
Oh,
the warrior player won't even
touch
it.
A Grey Merchant of Asphodel with 2 Black Devotion.
And a Nullify to counter it.
You called it. There's the counter spell.
Yeah. That could have possibly put the black player back in the game. It would have brought him up to 4 Devotion. You'd only need an extra one.
Yeah, and then we almost got a very big creature.
Yeah, and it would have meant a nice swing in life totals.
Yeah, that too.
Pain land for the warrior player.
Who has enough lands, but not nearly enough warriors or other enchantments or...
Yeah, seems to get flooded with lands. He needs warriors.
So
warriors.
It's blue turns again. Blue.
Then again he gets to draw 2 cards because of the Monastery Siege. And then has to discard 1.
Yep,
Gain 1 from his hand. So you can filter out the best cards.
Ideal if you ask me.
Yeah, it's...
Too bad I can't say it, enough that the Chasm Skulker is gone now. Oh no! He throws away a Welking Thorn. Oh! Why would you do that? That's like the best creature in in a blue deck.
Oh, it's another flyer.
But it can only block flyers, and
yeah,
I think he probably has better choices in his hand. So
he's beyond the point where he needs the blockers. He already has squid tokens for that.
Oh, he has a somewhat bigger flyer.
Yeah. The Mahamoti Jin.
Only a 5/6 flyer.
Yeah, but that means killing the mono black player in 2 turns.
If he wants to. We'll see. Oh,
when he taps out.
Or Deal of Tassa. On the unblockable Triton Shore Stalker. Which means every turn, if he attacks, he gets another counter. And with 3 counters on it, it will sacrifice and he gets another 2 cards.
Another 2 cards. But for now, he just gets a +1. But
so it's getting crowded. But there's the counter.
Yeah, but he's now doing 3 damage a turn. Next turn he will be doing 4 damage a turn. Turn after that 5 damage a turn.
And don't forget the Jin. If
With
it's
the
still
Jin,
there
yeah.
then. Because 2 players with black decks behind him.
I think this could actually be the end of the black player. 5. No, he'd need another turn. Or another way to do damage to the black player.
Well, you got a Blood-Soaked Champion.
It's also a nice card, but unfortunately it can't block. And really what he needs now is blockers.
Or cards.
Or cards, yes.
Removal cards. Specifically. The Jin is a very big threat at the moment. I'm gonna see... the Aven.
The Aven, and he can exploit a creature. You could normally exploit the Bloodsoaked Champion, which he does. And then whenever you've attacked, you could use the raid trigger on the Bloodsoaked Champion to cast it from your graveyard to get it back. But I think Mono Black is beyond the point where he can safely attack now.
No, so he's desperate, and we saw that. He took 2 damage again Just to get another card?
Just to
cards?
get 2 cards.
2 cards.
Yeah. Another pain land for the warrior deck.
Another land. He's getting desperate too, right? He's at 18 life total, but he's not a real threat at the moment.
He has virtually no board presence.
No board presence, only land. And you aren't gonna win a game of Magic with only lands.
And this might actually be a mistake from the black player. If he had blocked with both creatures, he could have eliminated the Brutal Horde Chief.
Yeah, it
and left the warrior player completely open. And then it's possible that the blue player could have gone after the warrior player instead of the mono black player.
Oh, we'll see. So it's blue's turn again.
Oh, and a little mistake there.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown a card away.
Yeah,
he has to do that before he plays land, right? Or do anything at all.
Yeah.
So I hope the judge will point him at that, because else he's disqualified.
Yeah, and the land goes to the graveyard.
He was on time. He just misplaced it, I think.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
so,
my
bad. This is the card which I expected earlier, because he was watching or looking in his graveyard a couple of times earlier to see if some instances or...
And he takes a divination and can't really see the instant.
The Triton card with the...
the Triton Tactics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's actually a good card.
For defense. If he needs it.
The other option would have been the Nullify. I might have gone for that, since he's fighting primarily creature-based decks.
True, but I think he's in such a position now that it doesn't really matter. I don't know how many cards he has in his hand. He's gonna attack again, which will give him some cards.
Again.
Cards aplenty.
Yeah,
so
which will...
Mana aplenty.
It'll plus the Shore Stalker again. The Vulture's even gets sacrificed to the Djinn.
Another card for blue. Still some mana left.
Black goes down to 4.
Another move or...
Keeps 4 mana open.
Probably for a counter spell. Of some sort.
And that was a Despise. And over the cards? No. No, and there's a Dissolve.
Dissolve on a Despise. That's also kind of, expensive.
Yeah, but he must have something really good in his hand then. Otherwise, would you just let it pass?
Oh!
And there's another Despise. And unfortunately,
he's mimicking another dissolve, but unfortunately, no Dissolves left.
So let's see, what was he hiding in there?
Yeah, what was he so desperately hiding, trying to hide?
A dragon.
It's a dragon, the Bell-Toll dragon, if I see it correctly.
Yes, I can imagine that you don't want that on the field if you're
no.
either of the non-blue.
It's not a real, powerful dragon, but still, if you Mega Morph it becomes 4/4.
Yeah. Oh.
Whoa, that's really desperate.
Desperation.
He took 2 damage just to draw a card?
To a single card, yeah.
Wow. But he did draw a flyer.
Yeah, he could exploit it, but that would mean suicide.
Oh, would be nice too, and a first for me, but no.
Now he passes the turn. Yeah, at best he could have drawn something like a Hero's Downfall and taken care of the Djinn. But...
Now he can only hope that, the black and white warrior deck does see that blue is the biggest threat and help him out. He is gonna play something. Ooh,
looks like a Valorous Stance.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
On the Djinn.
And since blue has only 1 mana left, I doubt it that he will have another counterspell. So that was the Djinn. Going to the graveyard.
But it still doesn't fundamentally change the dynamics of the board.
No, because all the enchantments are still there, and it's blue's turn again.
Yeah, and blue can still...
No more action from black and white.
Yeah, blue can still trade with the brutal Horde Chief easily enough, and still have his creatures or still have his unblockable creatures left.
Exactly.
Do you think the black player was right to draw the cards?
I think he was just desperate to yeah. What do you think he was looking for?
I think he was looking for removal.
Yeah.
And didn't find it.
I think he knew that he was gonna lose anyway, so it was just a last, guess.
Trying to influence the outcome of the game.
Oh, we'll get a Hall of Triumph
for blue, obviously.
For blue, obviously, yeah. So that'll pump up all the creatures even more, even the squids, or the
yeah, especially the squids.
Squidless squids. So that's 5/5 now.
Yeah, and the Ordeal of Thassa reaches his free activation counters.
So it will be removed.
For 2 cards.
2 extra cards are going to be drawn.
And some damage apparently already came the way of the black player. He now scoops.
Yeah, he's dividing the damage. So he's attacking with the Shore Stalker on black and with the Fugitive Flying Wizard to the black and white player. Although I don't know why he did that, because since the black player was only at 2, the Fugitive Wizard was enough to kill the black player with 2 damage.
But there was a Vulture's Aven on the side of the black player.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, okay.
So now, 1 player down. Let's see how long it takes blue to get rid of the other player. Might not be all that long with this board presence.
I expected more from the black and white warrior deck. It's can only mean a land screw or something, right?
I mean, flooding out on lands happens to all of us.
Yeah. Still,
there's
a big portion of luck and,
Yeah, and the mono black player didn't get the removal he needed. Oh, and we got another morph in play.
Yep. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, what would it be?
We can only guess.
Yeah.
For now. But we even get some more action. Maybe another creature. Or did he pay that for?
I think he paid it for the morph, didn't he?
Yeah. I think so. I think he remembered there that he still got a card because he attacked with 2 creatures already. Yeah. Although it was at 2 different opponents, but that...
Yeah, and that's the benefit of playing in a friendly environment, where you're allowed to take cards after the event that triggered that.
Yeah, but it was still the same turn, so...
Yeah.
Kitchen table rules, right?
Exactly. It's not like we're in the Pro Tour here.
Although we like to think that we're some sort of Pro Tour. But it's only, kitchen table rules, so...
So, let's see. There was no action from the warrior deck.
Again.
The discard.
Maybe we're gonna see a morph or a mega morph here. Nope. We're gonna see a Shore Crasher Elemental first. Little creature.
He could have put that down as a morph as well.
Yeah, but he didn't. I think he has some trick up his sleeve.
Megamorph's Beltol Dragon. So that's now a 4/4.
4/4, yeah.
And with the Hall of Triumph, it's actually a 6/6 flyer.
5/5 then, right? 4 + 1 is 5.
5. So that's 5 for the Beltol, 5 for the unblockable Shore Stalker.
Exactly.
2 for the Fugitive Wizard. That's 12. And not enough to kill him outright.
Oh, he's counting. So that's 5 and 5. That's 10.
12. Needs 4 more points.
Yeah, he has those, right?
Yeah, and he attacks with all the squids.
He can only block
warrior
1.
Player can only block 1, so that's 16 points. So
and
from 16 down to 0 in a single attack.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Wow, what a nice intro to a 3-way match.
Yeah, very nice. Well, this has been Vught Gaming. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye bye.